This lecture pod introduces you to the basic theories of research that are relevant to the public relations discipline, from the hierarchy of effects model through to opinion leaders and their importance to the public relations practitioner.
Research will help to understand the current level of awareness with your audience, which then enables a realistic target to be set for increased awareness. At the end of the program communication activity, you would use research to measure whether the level of awareness has changed, by how much, and what the audience now knows about the problem, issue, or opportunity as a result of the communication program. And this can be shown by the hierarchy of effects model by McElrath that starts with first formulating the message, campaign, or program, disseminating the message, receiving the message, comprehending it, changing, reinforcing attitudes or opinions, and finally the ultimate, which is to get your publics to change or reinforce behaviours. There are also links between attitudes, opinions, and behaviour. Attitude has three main components: cognitive, which is what we know, affective is how we feel, and behavioural, which is obviously the way that we behave. For attitude to change, one must understand the facts, that's the cognitive, and feel and believe, which is the affective, before their behaviour is changed. There is a causal link between providing information and achieving attitude and behaviour change, and this is the basis of many public relations programs. Behaviour can also be changed by the situation, one's motivations, constraints, etc. Sometimes behaviour change actually comes before attitude change. So, public opinion is an important concept in public relations, and it has been mentioned in previous lectures. Public opinion is as it sounds. The publics plus their opinions collectively create public opinion. Publics, as you know, are groups of people who share a common interest in a specific subject. An opinion is the expression of an attitude on a particular topic, and when attitudes become strong enough, they surface in the form of opinions. When opinions become strong enough, they lead to verbal or behavioural actions. Attitudes can be positive, negative, or non-existent. Studies show that for any one issue, most people don't care much one way or the other. A small percentage expresses strong support, and another small percentage expresses strong opposition. The vast majority is smack in the middle, passive, neutral, and indifferent, and they're often referred to as the silent majority. It is this silent majority that holds the key to success, as they are the group most easily influenced by a communicator's message. Public opinion is a lot easier to measure than it is to influence. However, a good public relations program can crystallise attitudes, reinforce beliefs, and occasionally change public opinion. Firstly, the opinions to be changed must be fully identified and understood by the PR practitioner. Second, the target publics must be clear. One needs to know who they're communicating to. And third, the communicator must know the laws that govern public opinion. Opinion leaders are people who are highly interested in the subject or issue, better informed on the issue than the average person, avid consumers of mass media, early adopters of new ideas, and good organisers who can get other people to take action.
Well, I'm glad you bring up those terms, because those, just like social networks and social networking, those terms you will see in all kinds of popular press, and they mean different things to different people and in different contexts. So I always advise folks, when you're reading about influencers or opinion leaders, to ask yourself, what does that mean in this context? How was this person defined as an opinion leader in this context. So I'm going to tell you from our perspective what we mean by that. Opinion leaders are individuals that are turned to by a certain number, a more significant number of individuals in a community. So it's kind of a broad definition, but it could be about anything. So if you think about your own personal networks, if you are making a decision about where to buy a house, there's a certain group of people that you would turn to about that. And in that group, there are probably one or two individuals you could think about that, you know, a lot of folks go to this person because they know a lot about it. Maybe they're in the mortgage industry, or maybe they are a realtor, or, you know, there's someone that a lot of people know. If you're in a business setting and you've got to make a decision about purchasing an enterprise-wide software application, there are people that you would turn to for advice, for experience, seeking their wisdom and guidance. And some of those people will also be turned to by a variety of others. So in our definition, opinion leaders are individuals who they may not be, you know, movie stars or be in the popular press or really known very widely, but in their circle of friends and colleagues in their communities, they are considered to be knowledgeable, and their opinion is sought more often than others.
We also know that there are different types of opinion leaders. So the ones referred to in that video just now are more what we would call informal opinion leaders. So these are people who have clout with peers for some special reason. They may be role models who are admired, or opinion leaders because they can exert peer pressure on others. There are also formal opinion leaders, and these are so-called because of their positions as elected officials, presidents of companies, or heads of membership groups. So the Prime Minister, the Pope, the head of the NRMA, people who are actually business leaders or political leaders or religious leaders. They're in a position of leadership and power. Opinion leaders fit the profile of being active in the community, having a tertiary degree, earning relatively high incomes, regularly reading the media, actively participating in recreational activities, and also showing environmental concern. And around 10 to 12% of the general population fit the profile of an opinion leader.
There are several important concepts important for any public relations practitioner to understand before embarking on research. They are the hierarchy of effects model, the links between attitudes, opinions, and behaviour, how public opinion is formed, and the spiral of silence theory. Once you have grasped an understanding of these concepts, you can proceed to the next plot in this module. If you are struggling, please remember to read Chapter 5 of the prescribed textbook for more detailed information.